Hello, hello, fellow sensitive, chosen ones, intuitive empaths, highly sensitive people out there, Earth Angel Starseeds. I have some messages to share again today, and they are about narcissistic abuse and bullying. So, what is coming to me is that a narcissist will always demand you to be basically perfect. They will be demanding you to be and do and give them things that they themselves cannot ever deliver. They basically play God. They think that they are God because, within they are so insecure and immature and toxic that they have a fragile ego and they have built this false self. They are wearing the false mask in order to be able to live and function and to manage their daily life, because they need to be able to control everything. And so because they're so insecure deep down and so wounded and traumatized and so forth, they have in some way or another, of course everything is always a unique situation. Everyone's story and situation is unique, but it has to do with demonic energy, demonic entities, and the fact that they have been so traumatized and wounded and not properly raised as children. So in a way they are also childhood trauma survivors, but the issue is that they will never face those issues in a healthy way, like a healthy person does, because not all of us turn out to be toxic when we have gone through childhood trauma, when we have had narcissistic parents. It is so unfortunate and terrible that some people turn out to be psychopathic and narcissistic and very toxic. They become bullies and liars and so forth. But then there are us who are just sensitive and kind and forgiving, very loving, empathetic, compassionate, understanding, supportive. So we are very loyal usually, and we are the opposite of them. And so it is very hard for us to be able to understand people who act and function like this. But anyway, just wanting to share my support and guidance as always. And so this was just coming to me that I needed to talk about. That's in case you're wondering about this, thinking about this topic, that you feel the pressure that these toxic people have been putting on you, like your narcissistic partner, narcissistic ex, for example, narcissistic parents, because usually we can be scapegoated because we're sensitive empaths and highly sensitive people. So usually as Earth Angels, we are very attacked and scapegoated as children. So we basically become just people pleasers. We are basically becoming slaves and objects for people to use and abuse and walk all over, which of course is not, again, it's not okay. It is a huge boundary violation. It is a huge violation spiritually, emotionally, mentally, even physically. So nobody deserves that kind of treatment. So, because we all have our human worth. And of course, being a sensitive empath, HSP, Earth Angel Starseed, it's even harder when you are a God's chosen one. it can be so difficult to be living this human life in this human body. There are days when simply we cannot function or think clearly even, and things like that, which is completely natural. And especially, of course, if you've been very bullied, very abused, and you have become depressed and, you know, feeling desperate and hopeless and experiencing those panic attacks, and, you know, it is just too much. So when that happens, your body and your entire being is telling you that, you know, this is just not acceptable, that something has to change. You know, our bodies always send us signals and messages, like our intuition as well. So it is our job to listen and pay attention and act accordingly. So if you don't pay attention to your wellness, then you're going to have to pay attention to your illness. And that is just a fact that I have also learned the hard way. So, because I have learned so many things the hard way throughout my life, alone, when I had no safe adult to go to. My life was basically a sham, you know, fake, scam, fraud, you know, because it was not authentic. I did not get any authentic empathy or support or compassion or real authentic parental love at all. I was so abandoned and neglected and bullied, and, you know, it's no wonder that I always felt like an outcast, like there was always something wrong with me, and then I became very depressed later on. And seemed like nobody cared. So, yes, I've had to learn many things by myself the hard way. Like, usually this apparently happens to us chosen ones and earth angels and starseeds, and, you know, when we're sensitive, especially because we can feel so much in a day. So it is not an easy process. It's not an easy task. But yes, so I want to encourage you to see from that better angle that you're not suffering, but you are being empowered, that you are actually being yourself, that you understand that you don't need to be doing what the narcissist wants you to do. You are not anyone's slave. So your life purpose is not to be somebody's slave or object in any way. Your life purpose is to live a happy, healthy, as long as, you know, a happy, healthy life as long as you are here to live. So there's no way around it. And if somebody is constantly violating your boundaries and hurting you, it is a big sign that clearly this person is not respecting you or any parts of you, that they have issues, they are being immature, and you need to be cutting this person off, blocking this person off, because it's not in any way healthy that you're dealing with such people. So yes, I do wish that I would have known all of this a long time ago. But unfortunately I didn't, and I had to really do a lot of work on everything. Nobody was there to tell me. I didn't have a coach or a therapist nobody giving me the answers that I needed. People, you know, like I've been saying in my videos, people have been very toxic and immature and cold, and clearly did not deserve my trust or my energy or anything, my attention or anything. They have just been taking my good energy and just leaving me like a narcissistic person does, just leaving me on a highway, basically, to be killed. That is the pattern, what it has always felt like. And that is the pattern, what it always will feel like if I let that happen. So yes, I've had to make many adjustments in my own life. And it took me a really long time to be even able to record these videos and write my posts. So I battled with that alone for a long time, a really long time. I felt like I was not able to, like there was something always stopping me. I was not able to support myself fully in that process at that time. So I really had to do a lot of inner work to be able to show up. So yeah, it can take a lot of time and effort, yes. These things are not so simple and easy. So that is why I'm here to help as well. But yeah, so if there is somebody in your life who is demanding too much from you, who is bullying you, who is putting you down, you just have to be turning away from these kinds of people. I know it's not always easy, it's not, and you might feel like the bad guy, but in the end, it is the right choice. Because you have to protect your own peace and health, mental and physical health, your spiritual health, your emotional health, and everything. Apparently, so many people lack empathy and compassion and emotional intelligence, emotional maturity, and they will just be lying to your face. They will be saying, "Oh, I've done that," and the truth is that they have not done anything. It is just words. So especially, you know, narcissistic people who are authorities, they will be using words like this because they want to have all the power and control, and they are just manipulating and brainwashing you so that you would submit to them and give all your personal power to them. So it's always the same pattern with this kind of people. Whether it is your parent or partner or narcissistic friend, narcissistic sibling or coworker or boss, they will always want to dim your light. They will always want to have all the power and control. There's just no way around it. That is just a fact. So it's your job to pay attention to what's happening and to be cutting off that pattern. Because a change won't happen if you don't do anything. It will just keep on going. Like a serial killer. They won't stop. There are so many serial killers in the world that have been able to kill people that some of them will never even be found. These cases will never even be solved because they have been killing so many people, destroying so many people's lives that because they were able to, because they didn't get caught, because people have been too nice, people have been too trusting. So many people who, for example, you get into a stranger's car, or you end up trusting talking to somebody online, for example, or answering a phone call. You know, it is a small thing, of course, where it starts. But, you know, if you're too trusting, you're too kind, you are a victim. And I've gone through this. I've gone through this. Luckily, nothing worse happened. My mental health suffered, so that was enough. After I was so physically attacked by my own mother as a child, and I lived in fear for most of my life, you know. Guilt and shame that were not even my own problems to begin with. But I thought they were. I thought that I deserved all of that. But yeah, I just want to remind you that, you know, you should not be too trusting and open with people, because you never know. Because apparently we are so often targets, and, you know, I just want to point out this example that when there is a psychopath, a narcissistic person who is able to kill, a narcissist will kill. I've seen so many documentaries and read so many articles about these things. Narcissistic people are capable of hitting you, throwing things around in your home, for example. They are capable of taking a life. It is no joke. You are playing with your life if you let that person be in your life, especially if it's your own parent. It is so vicious, it is so cruel. It is awful to say out loud that my own mother has been killing me. But it is a fact, and it is healing to be able to understand what has happened and to be able to say it out loud as it is. That is the truth. It is the truth. I could have died out of a heart attack. I could have died out of depression. I know that God has been keeping me here. I know now that I am a chosen one, because I've done so much work, so much studying and inner work, and, you know, reflecting and all of that. So I'm happy to be sharing now what I know, that I can help and support my fellow people, because I know that I'm needed, and I'm not here just to be, you know, talking pointlessly. That's not the case. So anyway, I just wanted to mention this as an example that in the worst case you end up dead, seriously. We should not be normalizing any sorts of abuse, bullying, you know, disrespect, emotional abuse, because, you know, these things are serious. And from my point of view, they are not acknowledged enough. And nobody has the right to invalidate your emotions and feelings and experiences, what you have gone through in your life. So even if somebody lacks compassion and understanding and empathy, it only speaks volumes about them, not you. So when we encounter those people, we just have to remember that it's just their issues. It is just a reflection of them, not of us, because we are the completely opposite. We are the complete opposite. We love to bring joy to people. We love to help others, and, you know, so forth. But yeah, so I just wanted to talk about this today, that there is no stop to a bully and abuser if, you know, if they have already been on that path, that they have been killing people, for example, treating people like garbage, like they don't matter, like their boundaries don't matter. That won't stop unless there is somebody who puts their foot down and says, no more. This is not acceptable. Of course, you know, mistakes and things happen, yes, but but ultimately karma is real, and there always has to be, and there will be, an end to things. So I just wanted to say this, that it is just so that these serial killers, for example, or like narcissistic people, we might never know how many families they have, or, you know, how many children they have, or like, it's the same with serial killers, that they can have so many victims that they have killed, but nobody will ever know, because people have not been paying enough attention. From what I have often thought about when it comes to these things, is that nobody does anything. That even though the victim might have tried to escape and you know, defend themselves, yes, if they can, yes, of course, usually, because it is the normal reaction of survival to want to stay alive. Yes, of course. and they have failed, and then they died in the hands of that killer. Of course, it is not acceptable. And I just want to point out that just what I have noticed when it comes to these things, that people have been often too trusting and not paying attention to things when they should have been paid attention to, you know. And we should not be shutting our eyes. We should be supporting one another. We should be helping one another, you know. For example, if a child is being bullied, somebody should help that child and not leave them alone. And it is an adult's responsibility to do that. So I'm just so fed up, you know, because I was always the victim alone. And, you know, so many toxic people, like even doctors, have been like arguing with me about my own personal things, like my body temperature, which is lower than usual. So I've had to make such huge effort on myself to be able to understand myself and my life and everything. And it is so painful when somebody who is supposed to help and support you fails to do that, and then they just hurt you and abuse you, betray your trust and all of that. So it is just a battle. It is war. It is just wrong. So I hope this video encourages you to be more of yourself, to be listening to yourself and your boundaries even more, because if you live an unhealthy life, it means that you don't have healthy boundaries in place either. And you need to be able to have healthy boundaries in place. Because, yes, if you don't, what does your life look like? You are just a doormat, basically, to people. It is crazy, but apparently it is so, because there are so many immature, toxic people, narcissistic people out there, psychopathic people, sociopathic people, you know, with these demonic entities and energies within them, low vibrational, and they just want to take all the light and the soul out of us good people, earth angels, chosen ones, you know, like they're gaining something, and they can be so jealous, you know, but it is just crazy. But apparently it is a reality that exists on this planet Earth, and I wish that I did not have to witness that, but apparently this is just a fact that I have also had to make peace with, that I have had to be rising up in my own life, because there's no other option, because I'm not taking those hits anymore. I have been so kicked down and abused that if you could see my scars, there would be many of those on my face and on my body if they would have been physically hitting me, you know. So yeah, it is a too expensive bill to pay for your health, that you're letting those people walk all over you, take advantage of you, use and abuse you, hurt you all over again, you know, just, you know, there has to be a stop. There has to be. So if this resonates, maybe take some action. And as always, if you need more help and support, reach out to me, buy my self-help book, grab my free self-care checklist, check out my Boundaries Bootcamp guide. It's only €7, because it will help you to be gaining clarity on those healthy boundaries. Thank you for subscribing and liking and sharing this to fellow people, and yeah, get in touch. You can DM me on Instagram, for example, if you have questions about working with me. And I'm also on Threads, pretty active, checking messages there as well from time to time. As a writer soul that I am, I like Threads, even though there have been some toxic trolls there as well, which I had to block off. So, but anyway, it's generally I like it because there are many like-minded people on that as well. So yeah, I would be happy if I can see more of my soul people appearing and showing up and, you know, liking and sharing, and, you know, those of you who are actually, you know, my soul people, that you're not immature or toxic, that you actually respect what I do, and you are interested in my services. I wish you a lot of love to your day, to your weekend. Have a great Saturday, and bye bye.